Good morning. As promised, the first thing I'll do this morning is try to condense as much information I can into a small little video. So let's just not waste any time. Let's get to my talents. Alright, so my talents. These are the ones I use. There's lots of good combinations with Infected Claw, Bursting Swords, and Unholy Salt for Mythic Plus builds, but this is kind of a healthy single target and multi-target build. I start with All Will Serve. That gives you an additional skeleton archer, which is a great minion to have when you're in boss fights that require a lot of movement mechanics where you won't be hitting the boss. At least you'll have your minions doing constant damage for you. Unholy Blight is a wicked single target damage dealer that also spreads your Virulent Plague on every target around you. Asphyxiate is another ground crushing stun, which is great to work with Mind Freeze. If it's on cooldown, you can swap between the two. And Soul Reaper is one of the best talents we have. It's pretty much a mandatory use when the target's under 35%, and when it's back up, you use it right away as it does insane damage. It's a wicked execute to have. Wraith Walk, you could pick any of these pretty much depending on the fight, but Wraith Walk gives you more mobility. Unholy Pack creates a chain between you and your pet, and anything caught in between, it does damage to. Mandatory perk. Again, there's a debate on the 50 row, but Army of the Damned is what I use because I want to line up my army with Dark Transformation and Unholy Blight. And the way I do that is I have in my Covenant, I have a beautiful conduit to do that. Okay, so let's jump into rotation. Alright. I believe dude faces are somewhere around here. They're in the second row, sorry. Well, hello, Mr. Dummy. Okay. Since they're in packs of twos, the third is over here. I'll start with multi-damage rotation. So, let's reset that. Okay, to start off, you want to use your Unholy Blight and time it with your Dark Transformation. So, we're going to go Unholy Blight, Dark Transformation, and you never want to cap on your runes or runic power, but first you need to build wounds with Festering Strike. Then, depending on what covenant you are, I'm Necrolords. If you are too, I'm also an Orc. I go into Blood Fury, 2-minute cooldown, and Abomination Limb, 2-minute cooldown, so that they get used at the same time. Then if you're facing a boss or you want to pop your 8-minute Army of the Dead, boom, slap it in there. Then when you get to like 5-6 Festering Runes, not more than 6, you pop your Apocalypse. That's the one that you want to try to match up with Unholy Blight and Dark Transformation. And if you get the proper conduit, every wound that you pop takes from 0.5 to 1 second off, I believe, the 200 rune. So I'll show you how that looks. Because we're facing 2 or 3 minions, when we build 30 runic power, we're going to use Epidemic. If it was a single target fight and you don't have the legendary, every 40 runic power you have, you'd want to use Death Coil. So I'll show you how this looks. So I, again, leading Unholy Blight, Dark Transformation, then boom, my 2 thing. Then I'm going to build my wounds. I got 3 runes, 6 runes. I'm going to pop Apocalypse. Got 2 runes that I'm going to pop. Then bam, oh, I'm about to cap. So I'm going to start using my Epidemic. Build wounds, smash wounds, Epidemic, smash wounds, Smash runes. I'm at 30. Want to use another epidemic? Boom. There you go. You're rocking 6.4. I'm not even trying. There's a lot of downtime during your rotation, so you're gonna want to maybe throw a Death and Decay or your 2 magic AMZ or a shell if you're facing casters and you're helping your party reduce magic damage and yourself also. If you're getting hit a lot in a cleave where you can't get behind a boss, you could pop your Icebound Fortitude for 30 less. You could, so Lichborn gives you 10% extra leech, and your Death Strike is how you could build your HP back up to help your healers out. So then again, you use that into that to gain your health. If you're casting a spell, of course, Mind Freeze or Asphyxiate, whatever you can. And like I said, every time the target's under 35%, you want to have a rune ready. Boom. To use it every 5 seconds. Use your other stuff. And then right as soon as it's back up, boom, again. Extremely important. Okay, so now that I got some of my cooldowns back, I guess. See how... Okay, I just got my pets to follow. But even so, look, see? When you're doing all the fancy pillar hiding and whatnot, you're constantly getting a little bit of damage from your pets, which is awesome. That's why it's good to have an extra one in the first row. Alright, I'm going to go through my single target rotation, which is not much different, but I'll use the side here. So I'm going to lead with Unholy Blight, Dark Transformation, and then it's the same one there, but as I just about to cap, well, I did cap it, the only reason I did is because I'm showing you. I'm going to start casting my Death Coils, which are 40. Like I said, if you have the Legendary that reduces it, they become 30, and it helps your rotation immensely. I'm building the Legendary currently, but I don't have it. It's right here. Right here, Deadliest Coil. Reduces Death Coil by 10. So that's pretty handy, of course. And it also gives you 1 second on your Dark Transformation, which is awesome too. Yeah, so those are my rotations. I'll throw up some of my enchants. You want a Rune of the Falling Crusader, which I need to throw on this bad boy. I don't know. Oh, I was just messing around with my enchanting. That's why I played this force. But yeah, Rune of the Fallen. Mastery on your rings. Strength on your gloves. Primary stats 30. 30 strength, whatever you can afford. And stamina and movement enchant on your cloak. I don't have it right now. But yeah, we'll take all the movement we can get. Alright, let's see. Just want to make sure I'm not missing too much. Death's Advance. You could raise an ally. I'm sure you know that. You're a druid. You know all about that life. Chain of Ice. Awesome CC to use. Slows down enemies. Yeah, pretty much it. Outbreak is what you can cast if you run into a large pack. Here, let's see my death casing. There we go. Outbreak is an awesome thing to spread your Virulent Plague to multiple targets. See? When your Unholy Blight's down, if you have a large pack and you're in between the 45-second window for a fast group. But yeah, you pretty much always want to use Unholy Blight when it's up. Army of the Dead is awesome for, it's your 8-minute cooldown, so you gotta use it wisely. But pretty much on Lust or at the beginning of boss fights, if you know it's a long boss fight and you're gonna Lust at the end, use it right away and then it'll be back up as long as they Lust at the proper time. Yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful holidays, and I hope this was semi-informative, and if you have any questions, feel free. I rushed through this, so I hope I didn't miss too much. Alright, thanks, and again, happy holidays.